I was rejected for being a dancer at Universal Studios, so I came to watch their first show. It's the hand wave at the end for me.
We cut the audio. We got it the first time. There's something about this video that spawns an anger in me that, like, God, could you be more obviously seeking attention? And all the replies are like, wow, how do I make this situation about me? And then there's like a professional dancer in the reply that was like, you think because you can do a backflip, you showed them up? Because that's not true at all.
Yeah, dancing and backflips are not exactly the same thing.
It's so embarrassing. And I feel like that's becoming more and more of a thing as people on Twitter like posting this shit thinking it's some slam dunk, like they're proving everyone's wrong. It's like, actually, no, you're in the wrong.
Holy fuck.
He's kind of made some ass of himself for sure.
Yeah, no.
Just right at the end, coming in doing a backflip. It's pretty weird to try to
Are you
show
checking
up.
your hairline mid-show?
Look at the waves. Look, something needs to be addressed. I think every pot I've done, I've wore do-rag.
Possibly.
Like. Y'all see this? This is the wave check real quick. Oh, do you see that, Jacob? Oh,
I'm really not the one to judge.
Motherfucker, I said, did you see it or not?
I see it.
God damn
sure
it.
I don't know what it is, but I see it.
You don't. That's racist.
No, I mean, like, I'm not really the one to tell between what is good and bad waves. I can't really tell a difference that much. I know Kevin Durant's aren't good. Twitter tells me.
You know, he has. That's what you call taco meat, not waves, bro. That's
Twitter tells me he needs to brush his hair.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's one I haven't heard before. Is taco meat.
Yeah, no.
That's called taco meat. Back in when I was in middle school and elementary school, we used to come out the house. My hair would be all over the place. It just looked like little curls or whatever, and they would be spread out too. And kids used to be like, "Damn, you got a whole bunch of tacos in here." I don't know what you're talking about. They'd be like, taco meat," and that, you know what I'm saying? They used to be like, "Oh, his head looks like a bean," because my head's kind of weirdly shaped or whatever. But it's a little story time for me. Well, anyways, this is welcome to the shoot around. I'm doing that today. To my left or right is Rudy, and to my other side is Jacob. How have you guys' days been going?
Good. I appreciate the energy out of the gate.
Yeah, man, we need it. We need that bad. I'm glad I'm not the only host of this podcast today. It's nice.
Why is that? You don't got any energy? What happened?
Yeah, it's just one of those days, man. I'm just like, yeah, thank God that I didn't have to really curate a bunch of stories and stuff and kind of premeditate any points. I was season awards and play-in picture. That's so easy.
In terms of being low energy, I don't know that there's a day for you that isn't that, because you're generally a very mellow dude.
Yeah, I say so, but
I very rarely hear Rudy raise his voice. And what year did we meet, Rudy? Like
2018. Yeah.
In 4 years of knowing Rudy, we haven't been in a fight once.
Really?
We've been in disagreements, but a disagreement only becomes a fight if someone starts inserting disrespect into it.
Yeah.
So long as you're on the foundation of respect from the beginning, it's just a disagreement. And you can work it out.
Do you fight people? Who do you fight other than, like, obviously Twitter?
I didn't mean a physical fight.
No. I mean, like, argument.
Everyone in my family, most of my friends, especially Bobby.
Especially Bobby.
I don't really argue with Nick. I could if I challenged him, but ultimately I don't think it's worth it. So
Oh,
It's just me airing out all of my personal relationships. I've not fought with Mojo either, to be fair, but I communicate with him less because I don't work with him every single day.
Right. There's a lot of room for us to argue, probably, but we just never do. I'm a peaceful guy. I'm bureaucratic to a fault, honestly.
Well, I've told you this before. Sometimes it worries me that you secretly detest me behind the scenes, but you're just like biting your tongue, and you have been for years.
Oh no, that's just my roommate. That's not me.
Look, I was rude for one fucking Call of Duty game, and the guy thinks that I am the worst person alive.
Wait, really? What'd you
I
say?
did some backseat gaming, okay?
Yeah,
but
we
he was bad. He was bad. So I was telling him how to play the game correctly, and he had a problem with that. I don't give a fuck.
You did.
Wow.
I never forgot.
There's
Actually,
no beef.
I actually don't remember how good he was because that was
Rusty
years
Buckets.
ago. Whatever, man. When I play Warzone, when I play anything that I'm competitive in, I'm kind of an asshole to be a teammate with in a competitive situation because I will tell you if you're fucking up.
That's not good coaching, man. You gotta give him positive feedback. We're all like dogs, man.
I have the Kobe approach, which is probably not the best when you're not Kobe because it's just like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. What do you think he is?
Like, man, you're like 0 for 5. Like why are you telling me how to do it? Man, the other day, me and Bobby played 2v2, and I opened the game with a really nice layup, a huge 3 off of a pick and pop where the defender closed out, and I swished that shit right in his eye, hit a fadeaway over a short dude, and in the rest of the game, I missed like 8 shots in a row. I was really angry because I started off so hot.
Damn. And you guys lost that game, I'm assuming?
Yeah. We had been playing for hours, and they had just showed up. So it was a bad idea. We shouldn't have done that.
No, not a bad idea. It's all a good game. It's all good.
It's just the natural order of things, man. You can't expect to come out the gates hot and neglect to walk off while you're still hot and let
Speaking about coming off the gates hot, we only have like 30-something likes, or no, like 15 likes in this goddamn live stream. So
how many people are here?
Like 30 something. So that's not bad, but it's like we can do a lot better on both sides. So Jacob, go ahead, do your thing, and viewers, you especially go ahead and do your thing.
Do my thing? What's that?
Community post.
I already did.
Oh, okay, great.
They're just not showing up this time. That's okay.
Dude, it's a Monday night. Everybody's behind homework. Cat to you right now. I'm doing my quiz as we speak, bro. I got an hour left to get this bitch out the way.
What's up with Bobby's YouTube channel? Bobby lives a real person's life. That's what's up with his YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was a good run.
Well, if y'all are down, I'm ready to get right into the award predictions. We'll save the MVP discussion for last because it's practically already written, and then after that, we'll get into play-in talks. Which
I'm actually glad we're having this conversation because I do want to make a video on awards, but I don't know. I'm really like in almost every award, I don't have a solid pick, so I should probably be the mitigator if anything.
Yeah, I mean, my takes are not really based on much. The only games I watch all year are Grizzlies games, so it's like based on vibes.
Based on vibes.
Vibes and a quick check on Basketball Reference before I went into this.
You know what I will say is that my probably my pick for most improved player is on the Grizzlies.
Ja Morant.
It's like, and it's not who you expect it to be.
No, it's Ja.
Yeah, mine is also.
I mean, there's a lot of people.
I guess we're starting with most improved player.
There's a lot of people who have Desmond Bane, so it could have been him too. I just don't believe in that award going to second-year players.
Traditionally, it never has. I feel like
it has 3 times.
3 times.
One of them was Gilbert Arenas. That's the only one that I remember.
Wow. That's the only one that stands out to me. I remember like for a whole video segment or whatever that I did a couple years ago, I was breaking down how I think I explained this to you guys the last podcast. I feel like it at least. But I was breaking down how the most improved player of the year award historically goes to players for the most part who've been in the league for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever, and then all of a sudden have an uptick of production out of the blue. Like they have 15.
And a huge thing for me with this award is it has to be improvement, not more opportunity. Very often I see a player just get more opportunity and then people say they need the award. Honestly, Desmond Bane more opportunity this year. I don't know that he's gotten that much better than he was his rookie year. He's just gotten more opportunity, more than I think he's actually improved as a basketball player. He's doing more stuff than he did in his rookie year, but I also think he was fully capable of doing that stuff from the beginning. He just had a tighter leash.
I object to one thing about that, and it's that over this previous summer, while it doesn't show up in the box score very much, we did develop his ball handling and playmaking a lot, and he made a lot of strides over summer league and early on in the season. And in all those games where John Morant is out, we have Desmond Bane as our backup point guard, for better or for worse. So he's gotten a lot better in that department. Even if it's just kind of arbitrary, it makes him more versatile and more of a threat and makes his shot making that much easier on him.
Maybe, but like playmaking and dribbling was something he was already capable of doing, just not maybe as good. But like the whole thing with Desmond Bane is a lot of people wanted to box him in as a shooter, but he had guard skills off of the dribble, creating for other people, creating for himself before he was just a shooter. Especially if you look at his last year at TCU, that's the first year where he really went for it in terms of creating for himself.
Yeah, you're definitely on the money with all that. I think he genuinely did get better at that at this level. I don't think it was this nice when it comes to handling the ball or, you know what I'm saying, his vision. But
okay, let's put it this way. I think it had more to do with opportunity than it did growth.
Exactly, yeah.
That's probably fair. His minutes per game, let's see. He went from playing 1,500 minutes last season in total, starting only 17 out of 68 games, to this season starting all 76 games he played, playing nearly 2,300 minutes. So there's definitely a lot more opportunity.
Let's look at the average per game. I don't know what this shit is.
I think totals are interesting. 22 minutes per game versus 30.
But it's not even just exactly, because he only went up with 8 minutes, but the shot attempts doubled. That doesn't add up mathematically, but like his opportunity, like the freedom for him went up a lot.
Yeah, takes 30% more minutes to get 100% more shots. That's definitely improvement, but it's definitely more evidence towards opportunity. This is sort of a.
And I don't know why I'm disparaging him as if I'm not Desmond Bane's biggest fan.
Yeah, man. If you've ever been right about anything, it was Desmond Bane, straight up.
Jeremy Grant too.
Honestly, it's not even fair because all I did was just borrow that take from Zay. Like literally, I used to do it every year. I stopped doing it after Desmond. I guess I cashed out. I got my draft take. I'm good.
Right.
But every year I would make it a tradition to do like my one sleeper pick, and for the Landry Shamet pick and for the Desmond Bane pick, I just asked Zay to give me a list of like 5 players. I looked at the list of 5 players. I picked the one I liked the most. So I still did somewhat of a pick still, but like he got me started in the right direction, and I just watched film from there.
That's smart. It's someone who genuinely doesn't like watching college basketball. You're doing it the right way.
Yeah, but I'm just like, it's not as much of a slam dunk of a take when you take that into context.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, you still chose.
I called the Timberwolves making the playoffs. That's my take this year. That's been the most correct.
Yeah, instead of a sleeper prospect, you picked a sleeper team. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and go back after this podcast to watch. I think I did like a preseason video, whatever, talking ranking teams or some shit like that. And I need to see how poorly my shit aged.
That's an interesting idea. I did think about that, going back and looking at some early season stuff and like reacting to it.
I would love to do that after this podcast for a reaction video.
That's reacting to our own content. That's extra meta.
Yeah.
And we can't get copyright claim. I copyright claim the Shootaround channel.
Yeah, just a bastard.
You're just like, hey guys, can't split this revenue. Got a copyright claim. Jacob, we reacted to your content. He got claimed, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man. 100% of that revenue is going to the copyright owner now. So
Desmond Bane might finesse most improved player just because I feel like a lot of what Unlimited Range here said is kind of true. It intuitively doesn't make a lot of sense, but it feels correct. Thinking that Ja might be too good to win an award like most improved player and more like he's going to come up 5th or 6th in the MVP voting. Darius Garland is a great pick. He is an outstanding point guard. You know, next year he's probably going to be like right below John Morant and Trae Young in terms of like how good and recognizably amazing he is. So he's another good candidate. I'm still going to ultimately pick Ja because I do think he is absolutely spectacular and, you know, bona fide superstar, where I don't think anyone saw that coming in year 3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. His type of he had like a generational type league. I think everybody thought he was good.
But
cool,
if we look at it from a pure box score standpoint, if I'm not mistaken, he went from 26 points per game, or sorry, 17 points per game to 26.
Yeah,
somewhere in that ballpark.
And we all know about his
assist numbers are about the same.
Yeah, the thing with the assist numbers are that I feel like Ja does not often force a play make. Like he's going to look to score right when the play is called for him to have a scoring option,
which let me say is the right way to do it.
100%, because he's incredible. Best points or scorer in the paint.
One of my hottest takes about like basketball just as a game, and it's kind of something I've talked about before. It's the true point guard thing. Mm-hmm. But I genuinely believe you cannot be a great playmaker if you're not a scoring threat.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're like a zero offensive scorer, your playmaking cannot be in the elite territory.
Ben Simmons is like the perfect
Draymond Green
for that. Or
Ben Simmons, and dare I say it, the only guy who might be more overrated than John Stockton, Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo.
Rondo notoriously forces assists. That's the difference.
Yes.
It's like his box score stats make him look like one of the greatest passers of all time.
Is that in his prime, Rondo was a decent enough slasher that like you had to respect him for it. But
yeah, he had a cool layup package, you know, especially in 2K. He was the only guy with the fake, you know, the cradle fake or whatever.
That's so fun. Yeah,
which he gets credit for inventing, even though he didn't.
Who did?
I don't know, but it wasn't him. It's like how Isaac Newton didn't invent the light bulb. Or not Isaac Newton. Who is it? Fake invented the light bulb.
Thomas Edison.
Isaac Newton's the gravity bitch.
Gravity. The gravity bitch.
Which, by the way, like,
it's like that scene in Always Sunny. Stupid science bitches.
I discovered gravity. Yeah, I discovered gravity when I was like 6 months old. Congrats. Anyways, the point is, we know that Thomas Edison stole the light bulb idea, but who the fuck actually came up with the light bulb?
Yeah,
facts.
So we know Rondo isn't the originator, but we don't actually know who originated it.
Yeah. Jacob, are you locking in Ja as your pick for most improved?
Yeah, probably. I mean, who are the other candidates? We should probably throw some names out there. Just
another candidate. My lock for that, I've had him locked for like over the last fucking 2, 3, 4, 5 months is DeJounte Murray. I got him for sure because, like, in my mind, he was always a good player, really good player. Like in my mind, he could be like the 4th best player on a championship level team. And with the type of leap that he's made on San Antonio, like being the 4th best player and the 3rd best player is like a monumental difference in my mind. And he's just become a game changer. And now he's one of the very solidified pieces for the San Antonio Spurs who are still figuring things out. So I got DeJounte.
His mid-range game is really fun.
His game is sexy as hell in general.
I will say this about Ja. I just had this thought. We saw, like, basically the way Ja has played in the regular season is essentially how he played in the playoffs last year. Like, his playoff level just became his new regular season level. So I'm thinking, like, what if that happens again? And then what's his playoff level going to look like if he elevates that percentage up again for the playoffs?
Look, I'm just saying he's been resting for a couple weeks, you know.
And then what if he comes back next season and then he's this playoff level and it keeps happening and then he's the greatest player of all time?
It could happen. It very well could happen. Nay, I say it is likely.
Oh, okay. As Kevin Garnett once said,
anything is possible.
Hell no. Not finishing the quote.
Okay, so you're locking in DeJounte. We got some love for Jordan Poole in the chat as an MIP candidate.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
He'll probably get some votes.
Yeah.
I don't foresee him winning though.
This dude right here talking about some like opportunity versus how much better he actually got. He actually got so much better.
Mm-hmm.
He already had. Like,
I think it started off as opportunity, but then it's felt like he's gotten better as the season has progressed.
Yeah, man. The type of shots, his fucking chemistry with Draymond
I just want to point out we have 69 live viewers.
Very nice. Can we get 69 likes, please? Pretty please.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead, please. I need that. And while I'm talking about 69 likes, I'm talking about Jordan Poole too. Anyways, like I was saying, fucking dude, the chemistry that he's been developing with like Draymond Green, he's been running some of the same dribble handoffs. I don't want to say DHO because sometimes I feel like I'm not cool enough for that shit. I just leave that to Jacob and Rudy DHO. But some of the plays,
I guess we're cool enough for it.
Yeah, you are. I'm not. I don't feel cool enough just yet. But seeing Poole run some of the same plays as Steph Curry with Draymond is just like, damn, he's really him. Not a lot of players in the NBA can do those type of things. Shoot the way Curry and I guess not Steph, my bad. Curry and Poole does.
Do you think
it's different? It's just hard.
What do you think about this? This is coming from, again, someone who is a professional casual fan.
Professional casual fan.
It sounds like Jordan Poole is kind of slotting into the same role in today's NBA as JJ Redick had for like the previous 10 years.
Nah.
Just like crazy shooting.
He's exotic.
Jordan Poole has a much higher ceiling, and he's like cool. JJ Redick was only cool for like as soon as he got that sleeve. Before that, he was not cool.
Yeah, Jordan Poole is exotic as fuck, and he's not. That's only a specific element. That's what JJ Redick was about. Just that straight up running and shooting off the catch. Yeah. That's a new limit, an element to Jordan Poole. He's just way more exotic with his dribble, and he's just like damn near a nightmare when it comes to one-on-one in my mind now.
Yeah. One thing that JJ Redick is maybe like the greatest of all time at. I mean, maybe Steph is probably better at it, but he just doesn't do it as frequently, is like catching the ball at an angle and then like fading off of the catch and shooting it.
100%. That's what I was thinking of when you said
something that he does
that
like nobody else does like he did. And it was interesting watching the Desmond Bain podcast because Desmond was talking about being a shooter with JJ, and he was like, that's something that I just can't fucking do. I have no idea how you do that.
It's all solely in my mind, like not everybody can do it. It just really depends on your shot, specifically your shot and how you're shooting, the angle of it, and how JJ Redick shoots, like one of the best shooting forms.
One thing that's really interesting with Chris Paul's jump shot.
I was just about to say
this is all tangents, but he'll bring the ball like over here and then shoot it. You know what I mean? Like
he has
bring
to.
it over to he
has to.
I do that. I do that quite a bit too, and when I'm in one-on-one, just because like the only way of getting a jumper up.
It's just what feels good to you. It just what feels good to you.
Yeah.
And with how CP does it, he has to go ahead and like fade away and throw it all and like put it over his head. And the angle just always right. It just feels damn near natural. It's just like weird quirk.
But I don't even know how to describe it. It's not about the fact that he's putting it over its head. It's his dip in his shot. He brings it all the way over to his right and like to the side of his body. You'll see him do that on mid-range shots all the time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, especially diving into paint, and for sure.
And that would throw off a lot of people's rhythm. But anyways, away from jump shot talk.
So our locks for most improved are Ja for me, DeJounte for Mojo, and Ja for Jacob. What about rookie of the year?
Evan Mobley.
Yeah, same. Evan Mobley. Are we in consensus on that, or do you have a different opinion?
I want to make this point. Evan Mobley was the runaway rookie of the year at one point. It was obviously Evan Mobley up until like the last 2 months of the season. And then Evan just kind of stagnated. Meanwhile, Cade Cunningham and Scotty Barnes went bonkers. And let's throw Franz Wagner's name in this hat as well, because I know Zay will fucking at me if I don't. But Evan Mobley was the best throughout the whole year.
Mojo, your thoughts?
Yeah, in my mind, like I think when it comes to just strictly like how good are you in your rookie year, like I think Evan Mobley, I want to say he was the best rookie, but again, like that wall just really fucked him up that he hit over the last I don't know how much. Then also he got hurt too, that fucked him up over as well. But when it comes to this whole rookie, I'm making right after this recording, I'm making a whole my yearly rookie report cards video, and what I notice is that when people are talking about the rookie shit, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers are talking about like people are talking about wins when it comes to rookies, and winning really never mattered. But it just started to be a thing back in the 2020 rookie of the year race. Well, no, it didn't. I don't want to say it just started to be a thing, but a lot of people use that as an argument for LaMelo against Anthony Edwards, and a lot of people today are using that. Oh, well, Evan Mobley, he's more contributing to winning and blah blah. And now that Mobley's team has gone through some shit, a lot of people are like saying that, oh, this is Scotty Barnes Award now. What else?
You want to know what I feel about that? I think generally it's not a factor because generally rookies don't really impact winning like that.
They're some of the worst players in the league. They shouldn't.
But we've seen rookies in recent history where they're like, wow, this guy's like so good already. And it almost felt like we went away from that because if you look back to like the 80s and shit, and this is probably just because of players playing 3 years in college or whatever, but they would come into the league and immediately be star players. Like Magic Johnson was Finals MVP his rookie year. Tim Duncan was Finals MVP his second year. And like MVP,
I just think it's a damn lie, bro.
And an MVP like his third or fourth year. But like players just come into the league so good back then, and then it seemed like that wasn't happening anymore, probably because of all the one and dones and shit. But now I feel like basketball development has reached a point where we're getting 19-year-olds who can impact winning at an NBA level from immediately, like Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes have this year, like Cade Cunningham has with the Pistons as of recently. Like Cade Cunningham's been so good with the Pistons recently that I'm gonna put them as a play-in team next year. And that's with how deep the East is. That said, I think winning became a factor as rookies actually became capable of impacting it. And Evan Mobley, to me, has been the most impactful on winning rookie. I understand the Raptors now have a better record than the Cavaliers. But I also think the Cavaliers were not as good all around, even though Darius Garland's better than Fred VanVleet. I don't know if that'll get me assaulted in the streets of Toronto, but I think Darius Garland's better than Fred VanVleet. And then they obviously have Jared Allen, but Pascal Siakam's better than Jared Allen. I just think the Raptors were a better team and a better coach team, and that's the difference maker and wins rather than Evan versus like it's not because Scotty Barnes is a better player than Evan Mobley, I don't think. But Evan is the best defensive rookie that I have ever seen with my own two eyes.
That's what I'm saying. That right there, I don't have anything outrageous and outlandish to be like, oh my God, Scotty Barnes. I've never seen any rookie do this or that. Evan Mobley, that's a whole new, different type of that's something new. No one has ever seen. Well, I don't want to say no one, but I and you and people our age has never seen anything.
Well, people saw rookie Tim Duncan, who made an all-defensive team, if I'm not mistaken. But
that's different.
But literally, immediately, people compared him to rookie Tim Duncan, which is like that's pretty fucking high praise.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he was an all-star. If I'm not mistaken, Tim Duncan was an all-star his rookie year.
Yeah,
wow, that's crazy.
I know Magic was.
For my pick of rookie of the year, I'm going to say Scotty Barnes, though.
Ooh, okay.
Really? After all this shit about Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
And also, I do want to point out, you kind of almost, I don't know, I don't think you were intending to do it, but like almost suggested that Scotty Barnes isn't unique. He's pretty fucking unique. Like,
no, he is unique, but in terms of like I'm thinking generational type shit. Like I've never seen this before.
Well, yeah, as good as Scotty Barnes is, if I'm betting on like the top 3 players from this draft class, he's going to be third every time behind Cade and Mobley.
Yeah, exactly. He's great and all that.
But that's a different conversation from just who had a better rookie season. But personally, to me, I think Evan Mobley had the better rookie season. So that's the only award that I think I have I know who I'm picking for that, even if I think it's still a conversation. Like I know who my pick is.
Yeah, I got Scotty Barnes too because I think he's been more. It's rookie of the year, and he's been consistently good as the years progressed. And Evan Mobley, of course, he was fucking stellar. He was fucking elite during the first few months of the season. But as of late, he's just been injured, of course, and he's went through this nasty ass slump. So it's like, damn, bro. And also, I guess you can also contribute. People want to add winning into the thing. Raptors have been winning too as well. So I got Scotty Barnes. I don't think the gap between those two is as insane considering like Evan Mobley's downfall. So it's not a hill that I'm willing to die on, by the way, either. You could ask me in the next 2 minutes. I could say Evan Mobley.
Yeah, I mean the thing about like the Cavs having a unfortunately less winning season than we all thought they should a few months ago has very little to do with Evan Mobley though, and a lot more to do with just like injuries. Like they're just like one of the least lucky teams in injuries like ever. Hold on, let me ban this this person in the chat.
Wait.
Jesus Christ,
bro, that shit is so funny to me. Well, I think Jacob just tried to click that shit. He would be the one too.
No, I'm not. I don't have a
online
fucking
strips without clothing, naked.
I don't have the fucking chat open. Anytime you guys reference the chat, I don't see it.
But you would be the one out of everyone in this bitch, even in the viewers included. Your horny ass would click that ASAP. You used to be that dude.
Nah, I got my own shit going on. I don't need that.
Nah, don't lie. Okay, just a couple years ago, you used to be that dude to go ahead whenever you doing your thing on porn websites. Say, oh, you see a little ad. Oh, I'm 2 miles away. I'm lonely.
What? Do you think I'm fucking stupid?
No, not stupid. Horny. There's a difference.
No, there actually really isn't. I don't know if there's any bigger reason for stupidity in human history than horniness, but absolutely not. There's no amount of horny that will make me overcome an obvious scam. Overcome, nice.
Overcome, very nice. Sixth man of the year, I got Cam Johnson. Dude's just good and on the Suns. You know?
Wow.
Why not? Whatever. Give the Suns an award.
What Tyler Herro?
Okay, first of all, we're not going to do the give a Suns an award thing. Therefore, we're going to rob someone else. That's not how it goes. We're not doing that. It's Tyler Herro.
I just didn't want to pick
that's
Tyler
another.
Herro.
That's another.
Yeah,
award.
why don't you think he's a douchebag or something or what? Like,
I just don't want to.
Well, he is. He is. To be fair, he has so much fuckboy energy, but
yeah, it's like, all right, he's the guy who fucking played 32 minutes off the bench and dropped 20. Yeah, he's made to win Sixth Man of the Year, but like
that's what it is.
It's just whatever. I just think that's a bad way to rule the best bench player is the guy who plays 3/4 of the game. And
dude, if you come off the bench, you come off the bench. That's the rule for the award. It's not the under 30 minutes per game award.
Yeah. I think it should be. I honestly do. I think if you play more than 30 minutes, you should be considered the starter
award. You crazy as hell.
The under 30 minutes team. A night award. Yeah.
You know who deserved to win a Sixth Man of the Year award and never did? Fucking Andre Iguodala.
Wow.
He sure didn't, huh? Yeah.
Well,
and you know why? It was because what you're saying, not the minutes thing, it's the high volume scoring thing. That's my gripe with that award. So I don't say like Tyler Herro is Sixth Man of the Year just because of his high volume scoring lightly. Like I normally am like anti that. He's genuinely better than Cam Johnson.
Yeah.
Genuinely better than Kevin Love, even though Kevin Love the other night had a 14-minute scoring outburst that would put him on pace for 91 points if he played 40 minutes.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah. Patrick Webb in the chat says no one talked when Lou Will was winning Sixth Man of the Year. That's not true. I think we were.
I did. Well, I did about the high volume scoring thing, not the minutes. So like I made a video about like my problem with the Sixth Man of the Year award, and Lou Williams, I believe, is in the thumbnail right next to Andre Iguodala. So yeah, I did, bitch.
Consistency.
Fucking, you know who's in the same vein as Andre Iguodala and who I believe would have gotten more consideration if he would have been healthy this season? Give guess. Same vein as Andre Iguodala. This is
wait, I wanna Google.
And if he would have been healthy,
I want to Google to see if he played enough minutes or if he came off of the bench. No, he didn't. Never mind.
Who?
I would have exposed myself as a casual if I said this out loud, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. No guesses?
Yeah. Leave your guesses in the
Well, I
comments.
imagine it's
chat,
some sort
everybody.
of forward coming off of the bench for a pretty good team.
Vein. I didn't say I'd be for just in the same vein, same type of.
So like
mold
someone
player.
who's not really like a scorer,
Exactly.
but is a really impactful bench player.
Yeah.
Alex Caruso?
Woo! Ring. Yeah. That's just me personally.
I mean, Tyler Hero is better than Alex Caruso.
No. Oh yeah, for sure.
For me, I'm going to go with who's the better player.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, anyways, 6 minutes of the year. We're done with that one.
Tyler Hero's a lock, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what this conversation led me to think about, and you'll never ever guess. It's Rodney Stuckey. I feel like,
oh my god,
the king of combo guards.
Yeah.
At one point, the future of the Detroit Pistons.
Right. It's like the next step after they traded Chauncey.
A guy who would drop 25 on you in like 2K12.
Jesus Christ, so depressing.
Yeah, man. I remember trying to like Rodney Stuckey and just being like, man, this guy's just not as good as they're making him out to be, even as like a child.
Rodney Stuckey has serious Dion Waiters vibes.
You know who I used to really like? Speaking of 2K, this is so random, but I used to really fucking Randy Foye. Oh my god,
dude, Randy Foye, one of the
king
best
of garbage time.
2K.
Yeah,
the king of garbage time. Isn't he known for like being a complete bucket as soon as the game is over?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I played 2K 22 recently. I was playing as like the 09. I made a my league with the 09 Cavs where they trade for Amari Stoudemire, because I'm thinking about for 2K23 doing a vintage my GM series where I do like the 2009 Cavs and try to keep LeBron.
That's fun.
That's fire as hell. Do that.
Yeah. But I played the Grizzlies with prime Rudy Gay. And it turns out if you give him the stats, he's just the 2K Rudy Gay that you've always known and hated. He gave me 40.
Jesus Christ.
It was absolutely, and I was guarding him with LeBron, who has insane defensive stats back then. Dude, couldn't do shit.
Nothing you can do playing defense in 2K, man. There's just no mechanic for it.
You can.
It's just using the right stick.
No, you can. There are just some players who break the game, and it's like it doesn't matter what you do. Kevin Durant is the biggest culprit of that, in my experience. It's like it does not matter what you do to Kevin Durant, you cannot stop that guy.
I feel like what's his name? Was it Terrence Davis who was even more broken? Gerald Green type.
Gerald Green is one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gerald Green was specifically known for my team because he was a bronze card, and there were like restrictions on what you could only have like one silver and then a bunch of bronze cards, and he would just be the biggest bucket getter out of everybody.
I think of who the hell I'm thinking of. I'm almost certain his last name is Davis. First name starts with the T, and the dude could just jump out of the fucking gym on 2K.
Ross? Ross?
I know who you're talking about, but it's not.
Is it Terrence Davis?
No, that's a more modern player.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the guy who played on like the Rockets?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his fucking name right now.
Is his name not Terrence?
No, I don't think so.
It's like Terrence Fields, right? Wait, yeah, okay, I wasn't spelling it right. No, that's a current Terrence. That's a current.
Yes,
Fuck,
I told you
you're
this.
Right. It was bolded on my search on Basketball Reference, and so I just jumped.
Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams.
Yeah, flip flop the first name.
That's who we were talking about. In 2K, he will fuck you up.
Yeah, dude. Terrence Williams. Thank you, EasyMB in the chat.
Wait, didn't Terrence Williams like play for the Cavs very briefly, or am I crazy?
Let's look it up.
I don't fucking remember.
Just reminiscing. But yeah, I thought about Rodney Stuckey because I figured that he was the type of player who was capable of putting up a 6 Man of the Year type season, who just happens to start and so never gets any accolade at all. Let's see. Shout out to Richie Miller here, giving us a nice $5, living up to that Richie name, just like last week.
Lord have mercy.
No, I was thinking of someone completely different. What the fuck? That's
Richie bought you a new cup, so you have to buy a new cup now, Jacob.
No.
Man,
I haven't even got a
respect.
cent of any of this donation money. So until that happens, I'm not buying no damn cup. I cleaned the fucking cup. What the problem
I
is?
think that's a myth. You got okay. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I'm dirty. But if I lived by myself,
You're dirty.
Nah, if I lived by myself, bro, and if it's just me and this bitch, I'm being honest. I'm probably not watching the cup unless like every 2 days, something like that.
Well, I do mean like I wash it every 2 days or so. It's not that bad. What the fuck? It only ever has the same. I only ever put the same drink in it. I'm not mixing other drinks in there. What difference does it make?
I'm guessing it's like water with Mio or something, right?
No, it's Diet Sunkist.
Oh, okay, that's worse. Yeah, wash out your soda cups.
Yeah, bro, that'd be sticky.
Yeah.
I wash it so it doesn't become sticky.
Yeah, every fucking 4 days.
I just said every 2.
Coach of the year. I got Taylor Jenkins. 20 and 2.
No bias. No bias whatsoever.
Second. But like, come on.
I am going with Eric Spoelstra.
Really?
Nice.
I thought it was like Monty Williams and TJ. And those
the
are
Miami Heat have had they have been so injured this year, and they're still the first seed in the tougher conference.
Dude, motherfucking Caleb Martin being a fucking actually good productive player, and then also old dude like with the rolls in the headband. I forgot his name, but he's a guard. Super nice.
The chat. We got more spam in the chat, and it's the same.
Hey, that means we're finding success.
Yeah, they found us. That must mean something, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That fucking must mean something. But coach of the year, I think I got Monty Williams. Who won it last year? Was it Monty?
He should have, but he didn't.
Oh wow, really?
Correct.
Are you sure?
No, I never remember that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna double check, but
are you sure?
Coach of the
or was it Quinn Snyder? I don't fucking know.
Quinn Snyder. Oh, fucking A. That's an article about NBA. Fucking said Mike Vrabel. No way it was Tom Thibodeau. What?
No, you're lying.
It was? I feel like that.
Oh my god, it was Tom Thibodeau! What? What the fuck?
There's no way that happened and we all forgot.
Dude, what?
Wow, yeah.
It's crazy how Tom Thibodeau is a 2-time coach of the year and he's not a good coach.
Holy fuck. Dude, that's the biggest shocker ever. What the fuck?
I forgot. I always forget that award.
Completely blew my mind. I mean,
holy shit.
Shout out Julius Randle, I guess. Yeah, you guys know the real reason that the Knicks didn't make the playoffs this year or even play in?
Why?
It's because Fish postponed their New York based New Year's Eve show to 420, and they always play it at MSG, and it's a whole thing. And the NBA playoffs coincide with that, so it was very well possible that the Knicks could have had a home game on 420 in the postseason, which would have made Fish postpone again. So the basketball gods and the psychedelic rock gods collabed and made sure that Julius Randle sucked again to prevent Fish fans from having to wait any longer.
Any excuse for Rudy to bring up Fish.
I'm not that big of a fish head. The opening of the show is Fish.
You just said fish head, man. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you exposed yourself with that one already.
I mean, people call fans heads, whatever. Moving on. So we got TJ for me, Monty for Mojo, and Spo for Jacob.
Wow, 3 different picks.
Yeah, wow. Look at that. All right, DPOY. I'm going Bridges, and it's just because the Suns are kick-ass, and he played all 82 games, and it's just known to be an incredible defender. I only watched a couple Suns games this year. Like I said, only watched the Grizzlies this year. So it's really just based on speculation.
And going with Jaren Jackson Jr.
Get all up in the mic because it sounds like you're all the way across the room.
I'm going with Jaren Jackson Jr. I just damn Jacob, what the fuck? You look terrifying. Someone got to screenshot that and make that their new Twitter profile picture. Please tell me someone screenshot that. If not, I'm gonna screenshot it myself, and it's gonna be my profile picture. Jesus Christ, that's gonna be my profile picture. Hold on, please stay like that. Hold on. Do it again one more time.
Oh,
one more time for the people.
You know, I'm not your whore. Put your camera away.
Okay, timestamp 44:30. There you go.
Oh my god!
Ooh, it would have been so easy to do timestamps during the show this time. I should have done that.
Dude, I'm so bad at that. But he got the screenshot. Bet Pizza Bagels, tweet me.
Yeah. Pizza Bagels.
Have I blocked him? I can't even remember.
Surely you blocked Pizza Bagels on Twitter.
He definitely did.
I feel like he's asked me to tell you to unblock him.
Same. That's
not
the only
gonna happen.
I remember.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think one of the only accounts I have blocked on Twitter is the Texas GOP.
I don't think my policy is if you mildly annoy me, I'm blocking you. Like it doesn't take a lot.
You don't even hit him with a mute, so you can keep the follow.
It's two clicks of a button. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. In my mind, I don't think I've never muted anybody, and I don't remember like ever blocking anyone on Twitter before.
I easily have 1,000+ blocked accounts.
For me, it's like if I block you in general, like even
you know how to check that?
Yeah, it's in your Twitter settings under privacy.
Let's see. Here.
Let's get the actual facts out here. Meanwhile, shout out to Dr. Toothbrush in the chat, DPOY, Trey Young. He watched the reaction video on also Rusty Buckets. Thank you.
Defensive Player of the Year should be your mom.
While he hunts that, Triple J, tell me about your case for him, because I don't want to do it for you.
Just the other day, while he actually tweeted this, Pizza Bagels, he's dedicated, Jacob. Do you see that shit? Dedicated. Anyways, Jaren Jackson Jr., I just think he's fucking effective, man. And I'm one of those dudes who it just feels right 9 times out of 10 giving the Defensive Player of the Year award to a bigger guy on the court or someone who plays the big man position. Because it affects how your defense is played in general. And just the other day, I was criticizing Jaren Jackson Jr. because I'm like, I've been knowing he was fucking gonna be tremendous on defense, but I was like, yo, his offense, that shit's like not apt to par, or at least with how I expected. And that's because his defense has been so fucking elite. And I knew that, but I didn't really take into account how much of a leap that he's taken. And I just got Jaren Jackson Jr., dude. And also, fuck what Jacob said. So, the Memphis Grizzlies, someone got to win an award from that team. If John not win an MVP, which he's definitely not going to win, and he might not win an MIP, someone has to walk away with something. Someone got to walk away with something. So
I don't agree with that notion. But anyways, I don't know who my Defensive Player of the Year pick is. It was gonna be
one of the 4 players on the Celtics.
It was gonna be Draymond Green, but it's been like he missed like 30 games.
He missed like 40 games.
That's crazy.
Also, I was doing just the smallest amount of homework for pre-show preparations, and I did not know the Warriors had the #1 defensive rating in the NBA. Completely shocked me.
They just barely scraped by the Celtics, who previously had it.
It just blows my mind because when I think of them outside of Draymond and I guess Andrew Wiggins, I don't really see.
Andrew Wiggins is a good defender. Don't be sarcastic.
Hey man, it's a layup to shit on Andrew Wiggins anytime. Maple Jordan, man. If you had to vote for one person though, who would it be? And why wouldn't it be Andrew Wiggins?
Okay, man. You gotta fix your mic, man. That just really peaked really loud in my ear. It's Andrew Wiggins. No.
Fuck.
Do I say Rudy Gobert to piss everybody off?
You should say Bam Adebayo. I want to give love to Bam Adebayo too.
Yeah, Bam. In a year where are the Miami Heat?
He got hurt earlier this season.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to look up his games played and the Miami Heat defensive rating because I think that's important. That's the reason I wouldn't give it to Rudy because the Jazz are 11th in defense this year. Yeah, Bam's only played
56.
Bam's only played 56. Just like I said, the Miami Heat have had a ton of injuries. They are 5th in defensive rating, but I guess I'll go Bridges. Just kind of like by default because I don't really know any other option. Like Robert Williams really broke out into the scene later on in the season, even though it was good early. Like his real Defensive Player of the Year bid started coming a little bit too late. I don't believe Marcus Smart is Defensive Player of the Year, even though a lot of people are putting him in that conversation.
I was about to say we're not showing any love to Marcus Smart.
Nah.
To Jason Tatum.
Bro, let me drop a Jason Tatum Defensive Player of the Year take and watch Twitter go insane.
I was reading some list and no, it wasn't any list. It was just some fucking NBA Defensive Player of the Year like power rankings or whatever from like 2 weeks ago, and it was 4 Celtics and Jaren Jackson Jr. when the 5th guy on the list was fucking Tatum.
Who was the 4th Celtic?
Maybe I'm tripping and it was just 3 and then another. Yeah, no, it was 4 green. the one I'm missing is Giannis. So it was 3 players on the Celtics. Marcus Smart, Robert Williams.
Yeah, the Bucks have been not as good defensively this year, so I wouldn't give it to Giannis.
Yeah, that's the only one that's also coming up in the chat. Giannis,
I'm pretty sure the Bucks are like around 10 in defensive rating. I have to fact check that.
Lifetime Baller is on the side of the Shootaround outside of Mojo, which I wanted to say Triple J, but I didn't want to give 3 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories.
Yeah, no. The Bucks are 14th in defense. You're not getting DPOY when your team is 14th in defense. I'm sorry. Defensive rating is like defensive rating is like the number one metric I would look at for a team, like a team defensive rating for like a Defensive Player of the Year, because it has to be about your overall impact on the team's defense. So no, not Marcus Smart, or sorry, not Giannis.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's the moment we've all been waiting for.
If Draymond was healthy the whole year, he's easily my pick.
Well, yeah, with the Warriors being number 1 in defense. Yeah. MVP. So it's basically already confirmed that Jokic is going to win it.
Yeah, it's
based on Twitter reporting. Someone did the homework, found where not all of, but enough of the media voters had already announced their MVP selection on various media platforms and consolidated it to one little Excel spreadsheet. And Jokic is basically locked in to win. So I feel like a lot of these, the way we've been handling this is less predictions and more how we would vote in theory. So we're going to continue that here. Obviously, Jokic is going to win it.
My question.
Let's entertain all the other guys.
Do we consider 15 missed games too much?
No. I think if you play more than 60 games, you probably still qualify. You got
because Joel Embiid only has 1 more played game than Giannis.
Yeah.
Honestly, how many games has Jokic played? That might be the difference maker, is that he's played 6 more games than Embiid. That might be what did it. I don't know. It could be crazy, but
just wacky.
Dude had 14 rebounds this year. Look at this stat: 27, 14, and 8. And people say his case is advanced stats only. He averaged 27, 14, and 8.
Nick Wright is still in his fucking mind, Rudy. That
No. Rudy can confirm this. We were talking about this pre-show. People have been using that fucking argument. It's not just Nick Wright.
It's true.
I know, but
the bug has spread.
Nick Wright, though.
It does. At least in part.
From Nick Wright.
And you want to say these people are entertainers, or like you got to respect the art. No, I don't. Fuck that guy.
That's the toxic element of it. That's the downside of it. Look, it's a shitty situation.
The whole element is a toxic element. Fuck that dude.
It is toxic.
Fuck Nick Wright. This is an anti-Nick Wright podcast.
I will say, I feel like of all the talking heads, he has been right about a lot of like the political bullshit, when it comes time for these.
I'm talking about basketball here.
Don't give a fuck about none of that. We talking about hoops.
I'm just saying, Nick Wright's not getting hired by the Daily Wire like fucking Jonathan Isaac is.
Yeah, that's true.
I do want to bring Richie's comment up because he paid $2 for us to talk about it. So
not top 5, but at least top 10.
Yeah, top 5 defensive teams.
And I bet you if you
yeah.
go back and look at like the historical precedent of Defensive Player of the Year, I'd guarantee you almost all of those players had a top 10 defensive team.
Yeah.
Almost definitely. That would be an interesting video to like do
That's
a
like
little micro deep dive
saying,
on.
oh, like MVP. That's like having a MVP not be like
Ooh.
top 7.
That just gave me a video idea, Rudy.
What, the worst defensive player of the year
No,
ever?
no. Establishing the precedent of every award, like looking through every element historically and just like coming as close as possible to the established rules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like what it takes to win DPOY, what it takes to win MVP using science or something. I don't know. So I'm still writing Jokic in. I mean, we can't really fairly predict this because we know what's going to happen. I penciled in Jokic for my guy. I'll vouch for Joel Embiid. Dude's crazy. He's Joel Embiid.
My pick is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of became that way the second half of the season where I was like, no one's really standing out from the crowd to me, but I kind of feel like we're just not saying Giannis because we know who he is now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, not even necessarily voter fatigue, just like not even really paying attention. Like, I could not have been a bigger Bucks fan up until this year. It's like after I watched them every single playoff game of their run, rooting for them every single game, seeing 2 games in person, quick little flex. After that, like I probably watched 15 Bucks games this year max.
Mm-hmm.
I watched more Bucks games in the playoffs last year than I did this season.
Holy shit. Yeah, I definitely have Nikola Jokic. I think
if you had to pick one other than Jokic though, just for funsies. We know the future. He will win.
Yeah. Just for funsies, if I was to pick one other than Jokic and other than Giannis.
Cute word.
Did you already say Embiid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could say him too, but I mean that's really the race, isn't it? Like there's no one else that's like legitimately.
I'll be reaching out of my ass. I would say Embiid for vibes because why not? I never seen no goddamn center do that.
I have a reputation of a Sixers hater, so this is only going to get worse. But I personally would go Giannis, and then Jokic, and then Embiid.
I mean, Embiid's been great. He's been doing a lot more ball handling.
Yeah, all of them have been great. This is one of the craziest MVP races I've ever seen.
Yeah.
There's also just like not really a super strong narrative case for anyone. Like
no.
the media machine is not really pumping out some sort of, narrative.
Now, the only narrative I'm seeing is this fucking Nick Wright advanced stats bullshit.
Dude,
it's an anti-MVP narrative.
If Ben Simmons was still on the Sixers and was never traded for Harden, then I think, and if the Sixers were still fucking elite,
100%,
then it would 10,000% go to Embiid.
By the way, I want to say
never happens. It's Embiid every time.
Yeah,
I disagree. I've been saying this. I don't think the James Harden. Okay, maybe it did have an impact on his award. I'm saying it shouldn't have an impact one way or the other.
I'm talking about from strictly a narrative standpoint.
I'm just saying just in general. Like there have been people who've been like, man, he doesn't deserve the MVP because Harden's there now. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, he was dominating for the first 50 games without him. That's stupid.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But at the same time, I also don't think him not being traded instantly means that he should have been the other way, or the Ben Simmons narrative or whatever. Nah, I don't think Harden being traded there should have any stake one way or the other on Embiid's MVP case.
I just know how people are. I know how people can hype shit up.
There are people who will be like, "Oh, there's a fat free throw merchant on his team now. Give him the award."
Free throw merchant. That's one of my new favorite fucking terms, dog.
Well, all I'm just saying is, just like Mojo said, it's all about the narrative.
Yeah.
If Ben Simmons was still on that team, the trade never happened, and let's say all the game outcomes were exactly the same, they're still a 51-win team, yada yada. The idea of look at Joel Embiid carry this team to a better record than they had last year when the next best player just didn't play. He's missing his second fiddle, and they did even better. That's the epitome of an MVP narrative. Is what happened to Russell Westbrook,
Yeah. Exactly. This is will be a similar storyline to what happened with Russell Westbrook. A little bit less dramatic because fucking Ben Simmons is not Kevin Durant. And it doesn't have the same type of impact, but it's still one of the biggest basketball story of the year, if you ask me. And yeah, when it comes to narratives, bro, you know what I'm saying? Joel, like all these players got that, but Joel Embiid had the potential to have the biggest narrative, and he did up till, you know what I'm saying, Harden came along, and then he was still going ballistic, but like the whole talk of him and having to carry his team, blah blah, was just dead. So
this is a great point from Anatha. Jokic is indeed missing his two second best teammates, or two next best teammates, but huge thing. I feel like comparing Jamal Murray and MPJ to Ben Simmons and like the narrative that's there with him sitting out, him being a very polarizing player, compared to just like Jamal Murray missing time and Michael Porter.
It wasn't toxic, dude.
Yeah, there was no toxic element to it, right?
Even if we separate the like just the narrative aspect of it, if we're just talking about the help conversation, like Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are better than who was the Sixers' second best player for a majority of the year.
Yeah.
I feel like Tyrese Maxey could get in a conversation for better than Michael Porter Jr. Obviously, MPJ to open this year was awful, but what he was last year when starting, like I don't think people remember that when MPJ played without Jamal Murray, as soon as Murray tore his ACL, Michael averaged like 26 points per game for like the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I remember editing that video of yours where you're like, well, look at this.
And then you got the fucking stat wrong, and then tried to be like, look at Jacob, he's an idiot for getting the stat wrong when you got the stat wrong. But anyways,
I was wrong.
Yes.
But that what you just said and that comment is why I have Nikola Jokic as my MVP.
But what I'm trying to say is like, yeah, Jokic is missing his two best players, but if we're just looking at the rosters that Embiid and Jokic had, I don't know that Embiid's roster is that drastically better pre-James Harden trade, obviously. So, you know, I don't think there was a huge difference help-wise. So I don't think that's a huge argument in favor of Jokic personally.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to MVP, I ain't dying on no hill, bro. I don't care.
Oh, absolutely not. There's no hill
this season
to die
on. So I wanted to mix it up just a little bit, maybe start a tradition, and take this opportunity to follow up the MVP discourse immediately with discussion of who we are going to call the best player in the league this season.
Giannis.
I also vote Giannis. So we all vote Giannis. Crazy.
Yeah. There's some days where I'm like, it's Jokic, but Giannis.
Yeah. It's like it depends on how I feel about defense versus passing, you know? Like whose game did I watch more recently, and
I mean,
how much did I enjoy
we're looking at it from a pure numbers standpoint, I mean, Jokic only averages 2 more assists per game.
True. But he looks better doing it.
And it's more impactful by a country mile. So I'm not going to do the pure box score argument. Like Jokic is obviously a miles better playmaker. But like I think Giannis is actually, with how much of a leap Jokic has taken defensively, is Giannis closer to Jokic as a passer than Jokic is to Giannis as a defender?
Yeah, that's obvious. Yeah, I think.
That's a really good question. Do you hear my chinchilla running?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Giannis is, to repeat it for the people, Giannis is closer to a passer, to the passer that Jokic is, than Jokic is closer to Giannis as a defender, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but like Jokic was like not all defensive level, but not that far behind it. I mean, I should say just in general, not for the center position, because it's especially hard to be an all defensive center, but just like being like probably like, I don't know, a top 20 defender. Giannis is the number 1 defender in the league to me. So that's obviously a gap there. But like Jokic is the best passer in the league. Is Giannis a top 20 passer in the league?
Trae Young is the best passer in the league. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're high.
What?
You're high.
You
I'm
can't say
not
I'm high.
sure.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Straight up, I think so. I want to say yes, but I don't.
But is Giannis
Yeah.
a top 20 passer? It feels like it's a yes, but I can't confidently be like absolutely yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's probably somewhere between 15 to 20.
Yeah, it's like definitely not.
I don't
top
know. I
10
don't know about
passer in the
15 to
league.
20. I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know.
I'm gonna rule him out of the top 10 passers in the league, but
Yeah,
probably in the top
he's
20
definitely
to
not
25.
top 10, but like you could, if you said he was like 13, but I'd actually have to write down a list because that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like when you
no.
actually put down a list, you won't.
Yeah, that's when you
You'd be
actually know.
surprised.
That's why people get caught up in like the all-time discussions about like, oh,
You
he's
know
like
what
a
I'm
top
gonna
12,
do? You know what I'm
13
gonna
player.
do? You know what I'm gonna do?
What's
Nicholas?
that?
I'm gonna look at all the NBA teams and I'm gonna just in my head like put down all the numbers and then you guys come back to me. So you cover it for a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Alright,
I think
well,
he's gonna realize that was terrible. I don't. Yeah, I definitely do not agree. Oh wow, you actually made a little. Oh, that's fire as hell. So here are our ballots, folks. Rookie of the year. Looks like Mobley is winning it according to the Shootaround. MIP John Morant is winning it. Sixth man of the year. We got Tyler Hero in this bitch. Coach of the year. We're all split. Rudy got TJ from the Memphis Grizzlies. I got Monty Williams. Jacob has Eric Spoelstra. I think really these can go. If I was to pick one between those, I think those are also the top three on my ballot as well. So I'm not going to down no hill about that. Defensive player of the year. I think that's another like kind of scatterbrain topic. MVP, not Jokic, because Jokic is literally winning it. We voted Joel Embiid based off of vibes. And best player, everybody fucking agreed to Giannis because, bro, he's just fucking undeniable. How the fuck you go ahead and you walk up into Philly when Joel Embiid was like, it was when it was the Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic race, you beat the fuck out of the goddamn, or you don't beat the fuck out of them, but you go ahead and assert your dominance on the Milwaukee Bucks. And then next night you go ahead, hit a step back three on Andre Drummond, and you beat the KD-led Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, Giannis is just simply that guy. Point blank period.
Giannis is not a top 20 passer in the NBA.
Yeah, I told you, you're fucking drunk. Yeah,
He's 24.
24.
Quick, I didn't even do the Bulls, no, because I'd say DeMar's a better passer, so he's 25. And Lonzo, 26.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that list.
Tyus Jones.
I did not put Tyus Jones on the list, but maybe.
Yeah, that's sticky. That's sticky, and that conversation is just too intricate right there. That's when it just gets like.
But
okay.
top 30, for that not being even one of his main abilities, that's pretty fucking good.
That is good.
Not even one of his main superpowers.
Playing point guard, so he's got to be one of the only players in league history to play a season at point guard and also play seasons at center. Like
he hasn't played full season at center. He's still primarily power forward.
Well, even so, power forward too.
I mean, Magic Johnson played center in the finals.
Exactly, notoriously. That does not count because it's the finals. It's a different program than the NBA season. Jesus Christ.
Chinchilla?
You would think Magic at center would be like some eye-opening thing for the NBA, but they're like, nah, it's a one-off thing. We're moving on. No takes on that? I feel like that's...
Wait, no, I didn't. I was on my phone. I was not listening.
I feel like
Magic... because this chinchilla's running.
Magic Johnson playing center and winning in the finals, it's kind of crazy that was not treated as some like eye-opening experience. Dude, like people just moved on.
I know. I said this earlier, and I'm like, could you imagine fucking Evan Mobley going to the NBA Finals and winning Finals MVP? Mm-hmm. Everybody would goddamn lose. I couldn't imagine that shit. This is the second time or third time you said that in the podcast. It just feels fake as fuck. Like that just doesn't feel like a time, but it was.
But to be fair, like. Imagine saying third year Evan Mobley did it. It's less crazy. Whereas like Magic Johnson spent 3 or 4 years in college.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
But rookie's a rookie.
Yeah, if fucking Luka Doncic was third year, Luka Doncic could easily do some shit like that.
Yeah.
For sure. Third year easily could do that. So now that I think about it like that, rookie is still a rookie. In the NBA, still different from college. but I think college basketball and the NBA were played super similarly back then. So damn. Yeah, college basketball and NBA was played super similarly back then. It was fucking ugly.
Yeah,
But,
and now college basketball today still plays like it's the 80s.
Yeah, which is fucking disgusting. It's a goddamn disgrace. I can't wait till the next wave and generation of coaches come along and fucking start to change that shit that way. Like, it'll be a lot easier to go ahead.
Coach K and like the dude from UNC all retiring.
You mean Duke
Calipari or whatever his name is?
Oh wait, Mike.
I know.
I was about to say Mike. What's that dude from? God damn it!
I know Coach K is retiring.
Wait,
isn't there another major coach that's retiring as well?
No, I didn't hear anything about that. I may be off a bean, but I didn't hear anything about that.
Let's move on to the play-in analysis.
It's wild that I live in the state of college basketball and I just don't give a shit about it at all.
You could so easily care. You just choose.
Like I am like less than an hour's drive away from Duke, UNC, and NC State.
You're embarrassing, dude.
So tomorrow is the start of the play-in. We got what I will call Winner's Day because we're competing with the more winning teams. Whoever wins these games gets to move on and advances to the playoffs, point blank period. Who you got between the Cavs and Nets and the Clippers and Timberwolves?
Nets and Timberwolves.
See, I was just on a podcast before this, and I was like, man, I really want to go ahead and say the Timberwolves, but I goddamn know that I don't know if I 100% trust Anthony Edwards yet in the play-in. I don't know if I trust D'Angelo Russell yet in the play-in. Cat's going to do his thing, but like the fucking Clippers have nothing to lose, and it will not shock me one bit if they went ahead and upset.
They're better coached.
The T-Wolves. Yeah, better coach as well. So it's like I kind of got the I kind of got the Clippers.
The Clippers are hot going into the play-in.
So I got
a 5-game win streak.
And Norman Powell is back too. So bro, I got the Clippers.
Is he?
Yeah, he played well when he came back as well.
And my roommate asked me who would I prefer the Grizzlies play.
I'm going Clippers.
Because whoever wins this game gets the 7th seed, and thus will play the Grizzlies.
I would rather play the Clippers than the Timberwolves, but I feel like the Clippers are going to win this game specifically.
Yeah, that's how I think too. I would rather take the Clippers. Minnesota has a little bit more star power, a little bit more trouble matchup-wise for Memphis. That being said, I do think they stand a good chance of winning this game, but it's a coin flip for me. You say the Clippers are hot, I'll believe you and pick the Clippers.
They're on a 5-game win streak. Paul George just came back.
Norman Powell too.
All right, so we vote to eliminate the Wolves.
Who knows what happens with Kawhi Leonard too? Was he officially like ruled out for this postseason? Yeah. Every time, he was.
I don't have a strike.
I mean, not officially, but like at this point, if something was going to happen, they would have said it.
But it wouldn't strike you if Kawhi just randomly like dropped a big ass bomb like I'm back, bitch. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Shook everything.
Yes, it would surprise me. It would be crazy.
It would be the most Kawhi shit.
Yeah, that is the most Kawhi thing though. Like it wouldn't surprise me if Kawhi was.
We don't have to label this with like special text, Rudy. We got it. All right. So everybody's taking Nets over Cavs, and then I guess we all agreed Clippers over Timberwolves.
Yep. Yeah. So Nets advance, Clippers advance, and then Losers Day. These guys play for the chance to win a spot in the play-in, but they have to win twice instead of just win one time.
Yes.
Whereas on Winner's Day, you win once and you're in. Losers Day, these teams are competing for the chance to play against the losers from Winner's Day. So we got the Hornets visiting the Hawks and the Spurs visiting the Pelicans. Hawks Pelicans. Wow. Okay, I'm going Hawks Spurs.
I'm going Hawks Pelicans as well, bro. You're going Hawks Spurs. You must have forgotten how good CJ McCollum is.
How the Pelicans have been a lot better lately. Like since do you know what CJ's averaging like 28 with the Pelicans?
And also it's important to note that DeJounte Murray, bro, sick as hell right now, and he hasn't been playing for the Spurs at all. He lost hella weight. He tweeted it out the other day or something like that.
All right, I changed my mind. I picked the Pelicans. I did not realize DeJounte wouldn't be in this game. Can someone explain to me what the hell happened with the Spurs season? Because I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Bro, I don't watch the Spurs. Do I look like I watch the Spurs? What type of disrespectful questions is that?
It's like, I
watch
know the
Diego.
first like 2/3 of the year they were fucking tanking like in the most offensive way, like to the point where they're competitive in games and they'll suddenly sub in 4 dudes who ain't played all game, like Drew Eubanks, who ain't even on the team no more. But suddenly, last quarter of the season, last third or whatever, they're just making a playoff push. Like, make up your damn mind. I don't understand the purpose
maybe
of this.
Greg was like, "This is my last year. I'm going to try to go out with a playoff run."
It's a horrible strategy.
Give it up, man.
He also traded Kawhi for nothing. What does he know?
Yeah.
This year, at least he got
all
nothing,
of us are,
aka best player on your team. Nothing.
all of us are smarter than Greg Popovich. That's the takeaway here.
Right.
So I'm going with the Pelicans. Can you bring that back up on screen? It makes it easier to put my thoughts together.
Yes.
So that then means we're seeing Pelicans versus Timberwolves for the last Western Conference matchup. And I am going to go with the Timberwolves. And I said I'm going to take the Hawks over. Who are they playing?
The Nets.
No.
Wait, is it not the Nets versus
No.
Yeah,
I'm talking about what was the Hornets. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
So I'm taking the Hawks over the Hornets, which I really wish they were playing that game in Charlotte because I'd go to it. And for Hawks versus Cleveland, I hate to do this to Cleveland, but I think the Hawks are making the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
So I think they're beating the Cavs.
It's just so tragic for Cleveland. Cleveland fans, they got to go out this season with pride. For sure.
And then I'm picking the Timberwolves over the Pelicans for sure.
I am as well.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I would be pissed if the Timberwolves missed the playoffs after my take had aged so well.
Just a hot CJ McCollum takes down Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards.
I'll break my fucking TV.
Yeah.
I got you. So we got the Nets advancing. We got the Clippers advancing. And then
so that means Heat Hawks first round and Nets Celtics first round.
Yeah. Atlanta, Minnesota, Brooklyn, and LA. That's who we got making the playoffs from the play-in.
Cool.
You want to quickly debate whether or not the play-in is part of the playoffs? Because I have a pretty firm stance on this.
It's not.
I agree. It is not. It can't be.
And you want to, and Kenny pointed this out in his fucking video today, but the semantics of the NBA's official playoffs start on the 16th. Like that's what the NBA says is the playoffs start the 16th. But the play-in game is tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, and exactly. And on top of that, dude, I agree with you guys. And fucking the Hawks were part of the NBA, obviously. Fucking they made this like this post-game graphic or whatever talking about the playoffs, and I'm just like, as a fan, I feel kind of disrespected because it's like, motherfucker, you ain't make the playoffs. This is the play-in.
You know what's funny? There are some people that are so anti-play-in that they will still say that like the Warriors were the 8th seed last year.
So dumb.
I mean,
I think you're competing for the seed. Like once you advance past the play-in, you then take on the seed that you earned.
But then, okay, if you were in the playoffs and then the play-in happens and then you're no longer in the playoffs, can you say your team was a playoff team that year?
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing to me is that I think if your team makes it out of the play-in and advances to the playoffs, they are thus a playoff team.
But what I'm saying is the opposite. If you were in the playoffs, if you were the 7th seed, but then you lose those 2 games and you're out.
Like the Cavs.
Yeah, you didn't make it to the playoff tournament. Therefore, you're not a playoff team.
I agree with that, but there are a lot of Warriors fans who have seen be like, man, Steph led the Warriors to the 8th seed last year.
Yeah.
I mean, how about that's just wrong. I mean, unless
but then he didn't.
He led them to the 8th best record in the West, but then lost the 8th seed to the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
You know? That being said, I do think it would be more interesting if we reframed it to not be playing for seeding and just like call you your team the 10th seed while you're still in the playoffs. That would just make it look cooler to be like, oh yeah, 1 versus 10, 2 versus 9, and then we skip 8 and 7 for no good reason. You know, and then we got the 6-3 matchup 4-5.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was really just semantics, though, like you said.
And that's where the conversation is fun and interesting to talk about.
Yeah, you know, the costs are low.
Yeah, a lot
yeah, and ultimately I am pro play-in because I just think it's more interesting.
We need more single elimination.
But I do also agree, like, if I was a Timberwolves fan and then we just had 2 bad games and we have like 15 more wins than the Spurs, I'd be fucking furious.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I fucking agree. If I was a Timberwolves fan, my opinion would be shifted heavily with this. I can't close.
Yeah, I almost tweeted that today. I was like, I am pro play-in, but that's just because my team's not in the play.
Yeah.
But can I tell you how much of a fucking like I was so psyched when I saw the Bulls avoided the play-in because I was like, we're gonna lose. This whole season is gonna have been for nothing. We're not gonna make the fucking playoffs after all that. So I was like, thank God we avoided the play-in.
Shout out to the 91 in the chat right now. I believe that's a peak for this stream. If you don't mind, leave us a like. We are trying to get to 100 likes on every show, more or less. You know, help us in the YouTube algorithm. All that means a lot to us. We're 80 minutes into this stream, usually about the amount of time that we run, and we've exhausted the topics for today. If y'all just want to freestyle for a little while longer, I'm down. But if y'all want to end the show, I am also down. So
I'm good with ending it.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, me too. We got some reaction videos to record right after this. So thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been a fun one. Tune in later this week when we preview the NBA playoffs and maybe talk about like our all-NBA and all-rookie teams.
I just had a thought. I just had a great
thought. Oh, okay. Freestyle. Spitball.
No, I meant for a reaction video.
Oh, okay. We'll talk later then. Yeah. Let me roll the little graphic, and then we'll end this live stream on a high note.
Leave a like, boys.
Yeah, leave a like.
They already.